Welcome to the roulette. This is up, this is down, because that's what they did. If I don't follow any rules at all, then what will I have to base anything on? On or off? That's all okay, right? On is 65, off is 666. So when you're putting on that fly repellent, do you really want it off? The connection of three worlds. So we know all of a sudden that what was on and now is off is that little bug that came from nowhere that we all hate, but it now speaks from a different area of thought, which means, plain and simply, it's not us. It's a different world, three kinds of worlds, 666. In the middle, on the left, on the right, put them all together, you get 1. 15, 32 and 19, 51, 15 and 4, 19. Again, one more time. Where are we going to go next with this? 7 and 6. Do you see number 27? Do you know where we get number 27? 27 is actually the in-between of 18, in which 18 is the totality of a set of numbers of a block of 18, or 1.5 times 12. Okay, reasons for rulers being 12, reasons for having tens, and etc., etc. I am not going to get into it. I have to study it to know it, but at least I know it's out there and what I have to look for. What we're going to go on right now is how do we decide what letter and what design do we get? This will get you one design, and this is a one design, and it will show up and mean something in one area of that. Okay, you see the way the squares, when you put them together, all you get is a half a square, and this is dividing, and the other half of the square is on the other side. Therefore, if you do not entrap the whole square, you are now losing sides. What I mean in sides is this is on the outside, it's not complete. So there's more to it. So if I make it this size, then this one is one area, this one becomes a half and a half on each side, yet it's whole in the center. So these two do not balance. Then we get into this area, we have a separation, we have our first 8, and we have 1 in the center. We have a half on this side. Can you see the half? Half on this side, whole on this side, half on this side, whole on this side, making this your area of 1.5. When we go to the third area, okay, we still come up with a full block of X and X, okay? And here we have 2 full blocks. Here's where we have half a square and half a square on each side, half a square on each side, and a whole square in between. Therefore, we can have a pipe or a tunnel, okay, of a blood flow, of whatever you want to do. But the question is, if we're having the blood flow, is it taken up on the lines, that blood flow, or should we make it even bigger to show that there's a center to the tubing? Irregardless, 1.5 and 1.5 equals 1551. Reflected equals 2662. The dog queen. At the same time, 151, 60 seconds plus 51 seconds equals 111. 3 times this is 333, 666 is the 777, 999 is the 101010, 333, excuse me, 222. Why 222? Excuse me, 13. It's 333. Lovejoy. Why? Because 1 and 12 equals 13. 1 and 2 equals 3. That will equal 4. So now that we get 12 and 4, let's go play pool. Both balls are purple. One is in the stripes house. One is in the solids. At the same time, 47 time of Christ, 3 and 3, equals to a total of 151, is that number that you see over here. Number 15, Earth and Mars, 66, because 0 equals 6. Why? I'm going to show you a reason why. Because the E here, which is the 5, which on everything, the 5 is right over here. So therefore, it's the 5. When we put the 1 stick, it becomes 5 and 1. We got 6. So now, every time you're going to see an E, we're going to add now a 1. So instead of being 74, we have now Jesus Christ 75. Plus 6, because this equals to a 10. 0 always equals 6, because it's the totality of the center and the pi. Well, we can also make it 5. Okay, and we're going to have to find a reason for it. But 5, 10, 15 as we go along. 10, 10, 10. We have 81 for Venus. These worked out to 10. 81 and 6 is 87, and 6 is 93. So we jump from Venus and we jump over to Saturn. How Saturn connects the pie of man. Man, part of the Titanic outlook. 43 by 33 is 1551. One more time. 5775, 6,006 years. How about if we go in half? What is the half of 1551? 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. So what do we get from 1551? We end up getting 5775. We get 5775 and 6226. 6 and 1 is 7, 2 and 5 is 7, 2 and 5 is 7, 6 and 1 is 7. 6 and 1 brings the light. 5 and 2 brings the body of the light. That's how we get Jesus connecting to this. Now, we could multiply the Jesus over here, okay, which is also 74 number, but based on just numbers, we add 11 equals 75, plus 11 is 85. This is your matrix angel. This is the speed of that water, possibly in your head, the time it takes for you to think, or for you to think and extend yourself between where you are and where that star system is. Now, I came up with a few more things. Imagine if man was really on Earth. David Letterman always used to drink his coffee. Johnny Carson used to always drink his coffee. Just because I don't hold their names, I can't drink my coffee. Imagine when Jesus was born, the systems were split apart. Although the father and the mother held the DNA, and the child supports the DNA, who says they did not defer the spirit? Here you are with your family. Here's the spirit in a bottle of water. They play with the mind here as the body takes the walk. That's right. You are twins. The yin and the yang of two different worlds. The black and the white. One which moves and thinks, which he thinks he's thinking on his own, but he's infiltrated by the spirit inside this world, just like the pods in Matrix. Am I nuts? Am I crazy? To have an imagination thinking the same way others have already said it is? I didn't make or create anything I am saying. I saw it on television. It's on TV. Anybody want to watch? Electrify yourself. Right? Two sides of 4 and 4, but only one living. At the same time, let's have tulips through the garden. Let's go through the garden. Marvin Gardens, Mars, number 30 creation right next to Go to Jail, on the opposite side of what they call Pacific, North Carolina and Pennsylvania. The 32 backdoor entrance and the 30th one on each side equaling to 31, 31, 31, 93, only reaching out to Saturn, and I'm totally wrong because I only have a thought telling you some numbers. Here's the X's that are all the 24th X in the alphabet. 3 of those will make 72. 4 of them will make 96. Roman numerals is XXX because we're talking about turkeys. Since you're talking about turkey and a turkey is 3, gobble, 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 may as well have 4 turkeys, right? 4 turkeys for 4 islands, the mother, the father, the son, and the daughter. We would have 96. We have 4 here. We'd have 40. We'd have the game. The only reason we have the last one is because depending on which way you want to put these up, okay, you need a floor. See the 2 empty spaces and the 3 sides? Okay, that's your 5. Put 1 in the center, but we can't count it. If I can't show you the design, I don't want to show you the design. And you see what I did into that room? Can you see into that room? I'm painting, well, that room. Let me show you something else. So now that we've done this, okay, I'm not even going to bother adding them up, except for 132. Okay, 66 and 66, 2 sides, and you need actually you would have to calculate this, but you got to count all your cards, all right? And I just want to tell you one thing. 6, it's 6. This is 8, okay? This is 6. This is 8. 4 on this side, 3 on this side. Actually, 1.5 divided. Okay, this would be 2 and 1. This would be 2 and 2. But we're going to go 3 and 4. Earth and Mars. Okay, Earth and Mars, 3 and 4. The way the mind is pulled together. 66 and 66. 44, 33. We're looking for divisibles. 30, 33, 33, 33, 33. 11, 11 is 121 times 11 is 1331. 11, 11, 11, 99, 11, 110, 11, 121, 11, 132. So give me 12 11s and you get 132. Give me 24 11s and you have 264. 24 times 11. Okay, we're not going to get into the value of that. What we will get into is Zion, 0, Israel, and other mores. 46 is how they're connected. Why? Because all it is you take one here, and you take one here. Let me just fix this up. And this is the way it is. This is the way it works between two worlds. But you want to do it this way, we'll do it this way. But it's all the same. This is the way we do it. The other thing I want to mark is because of how we do this, and we call for the double U. Here's a U, right? And here's a U. It makes one W. So if you're going W, 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 the question is, okay, is it, here's one W, and because it's a W, you have to go backwards here, and then you go another W, and then you go backwards here, and you make another W. Inside is 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes, 4 cubes. 1 cube goes here, 1 cube goes here, 1 cube goes here, and then 1 cube goes here, and then you have the total of your cubes from down and up, and then you have all your strikes in bowling, all 12 strikes. All 12 strikes, but when we go bowling, okay, and you're a pro player, it's a minimum of 4 games and 1 game in sudden death, right? Sudden death sounds a little bit like life. Don't let it bother you. It's another flour. Put the flour in the oven, cook the bread, call the bread wheat, but in French, wheat is 8. So let me go down one more time and see where we are with the strikes, okay? So once we get the V over here, once you cut this out, the bottom part and the top part, they all become V, 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 V. That's why we have the V, the W, and the U equaling to 666 in Chaldean. Each one of these, depending on which one it is, regardless, it's 20, 40, 60, 80. There are 4 pieces of 20, 420, and that's your weed you smoke, something to do with the mind of Marvin Gardens. Where else am I fictitiously missing things? Jesus, total number, 109. I'm not going to explain this. I don't know from where it went. If you want to add on in here, 1551, and then go 47 by 47 because it's in the doghouse. And the number would be Moses. In the word of Moses, 13, 28, 38, 40, 38, and 5 is 43, 53, 58, 68, 71. Moses is 71. I'm trying to see, here's the other thing which you have to understand. Here's a number 1, here's a 1 upside down. You put the square in between, you get the letter N, and you get the Z pass, or the extension of number 7, right over here. Here it shows you right to here. Here it shows you right to here. And if you take a look, in between is a 6, and you take a look in between is the 9, between the two of them. Okay, at the same time, you've created your 4 corners. Do we fold them up? What do we do with them? 42 or 24 is the number of the cat, C-A-T, and it is the letter X on the keyboard. The letter Z on the keyboard is the 26th letter, and that would be the dog, 2 and 6. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6. It will now stand for, this is the day of the cube. Okay, I told you in between was the day of the cube. Well, the Queen's birthday is today, but in 2 days it's the cube that goes on man. Not on the 24th day. It would be Electric Company's the 21st day. Okay, which says the cube, sorry, electric company would make the cube work. So actually 21 is on the cube. Okay. This will create 86 in your perfect 10-10 world, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Once it does that, it gives you the odds of 7 to 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it would say 8, 9, 10. Then it would say 11 up here and 12. But don't forget, you play a 7-game series. Who wins the best of 4? Um, there was one other thing I missed saying. We did this yesterday. 295 is the difference between both these count. Minus this, the difference between this count again is 95, which is Einstein. The totality of the count of the 10 world is 209, and Messer, you just did this number right over here. What is this, Messer? We count 2 times. We count the final count of the Mayan, and we count the time of the end of time, and it's in between here and here that thing ends. I give you a total sandbox. The sandbox is 18 inches by 18 inches by 4 inches high, but you don't put 4 inches high, because you put 4 inches high, okay, it's the first box is 2 inches, the bottom box is 2 inches, so you can no longer fill more than 2 inches high on the side, okay, unless you put the 4 inches, okay, and the 4 inches up to the 2 sides, but then putting the boxes over together between here and here, this would be taking up space inside this one over here. I'm going to show you right now. They're in the 5 position, or if I slice the cards here, maybe the card should only be this side. This card has a certain size. Is this in between? Is it supposed to be cut out here? And this is an empty space, calling this the 5 area of the 1 hole, meaning what passes in this area is empty. It is the Holy Ghost. It's a passage, and whatever passes in is the holy part. In order to refix these for balance, you got to put the crossing over here. These are bigger than this because it's like putting one monkey in the next monkey, or the jars on top of each other. You need the empty space for passage. The last one part I want to go here to the Mayan numbers. 41 times 5 times 5 times 5. Actually, 5 times 5 is 25. By 5 is 625. By 5 is 3,125. Plus the year 2000 is 5125 or 5139. Do you want me to do that on paper? I will do that on paper. 5 times 5 times 5. Yes, 1 minute. Times 5. 25 equals 125 equals times 5 equals 625 times 5 equals 3125 plus 2000. This is the other way to get this by multiplying it by 4, bringing the in-between number. But this we add on to this because it brings it into the area count right here, 5125. So now we have the 2,000 years. The Mayans don't show you exactly. They show you a total part, but you didn't count the in-between part. How did you get to the total? What road did you take that created it? Here's your 295 difference. Now when we calculate this 295, okay, 9 by 52 is 468. If you want to go 9 by 5 is 45 is 90. 90 plus the 16 is 106, becomes 166, or 106, 0 becomes 6, becomes 616. 13 by 13 equals 169 into the monopoly, or it equals 26, which is the dog pound, the AC power, which will equal to your S and S out of this. Now, is this a totality of a number? Was 52 a totality? Well, 7 is the maximum you can get anywhere. In all actuality, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, then you put 1 in the center. But when you're getting 8, you're working with moons. It's not part of your body, it's part of your connecting world. If you use up all your numbers inside who you are, then how do you connect? You can't use anything. There's an added, let's put onto this man a solenoid to connect outside. So you connect the solenoid to connect in me, only to connect out of me. So then you need another number for out of me, because we all have to reflect each other. It has the out of me, I have the in of me. It has the 7, I have the 3. It has the 9, I have the 1, etc. Raphael 7286. You remember what I said? These 2, 4, 6, and 8, unless they're part of low shoe. Did you see the way they're square this way? Here's your 9, here's your 9, here's your 9. We can also make these into DVDs. Don't forget, This is a one-tier image. One-tier images mean, just like I've got pages in the book, I've got more dimensions. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video in the year 5775.